Cool. Well, Aurelio, another one of those nights do you feel where just no matter what you did, that ball wasn't going in?
Yeah, it was a little bit like that. I thought we were excellent tonight. Really aggressive, on the front foot, dictated the game for long periods. Unfortunately, you need to score to win the game. And that was the only thing really that was missing from the game. I need to still have another look at the game, but maybe the entry into the front third was at times just a touch slow, because when it is slow, it allows the opposition to get back in numbers. So, like I said, apart from that, we were very, very good. Disappointing because obviously a win would have put us in a much better position, so there's a hell of a lot to play for next week.
I mean, is that just the mindset now? Obviously the premiership is now Auckland's, but top two on the line next week, all focus on that?
Yeah. That's all we got to do. Regroup again like we normally do, analyse the game and try to push forward. Big game next week. So tough opponent. Very much like Adelaide, Adelaide going forward are very, very dangerous. But I thought we handled that really well tonight. A couple of moments in transition, but we didn't allow them to settle. We didn't allow them to play the type of game they want to. And we'll have to do the same next week.
How do you pick them up? Obviously, the disappointment. I know that it was always going to be difficult to claim the premiership, but there's so much on the line. As you say, good opponent against Sydney FC. Do you have to do too much? You don't really have to spell it out to anyone.
They were super motivated today, and they know what's at stake. And as I said, I will never ever be critical when the effort is at the level it was tonight. So we have to bring that energy again. We have to bring that enthusiasm again next week. As I said, it's going to be a tough game, and they're all tough. They might feel a little bit disappointed tonight because we all felt that we should have won the game on the way the game had panned out. But they've got to pick themselves up, and nothing's lost. We've had a super season so far, with still a lot to play for.
Steven Ugarkovic, how serious is that?
Probably as serious as his last one. So, it's a bit disappointing for Steve as well. It was really out of nothing. So it was part of the last injury that he had, and just felt it slightly, and I'd say it'd be 2 to 3 weeks.
So it's the hammy again?
Yeah.
Obviously, Wangi's obviously a youngster, but did the moment just get a little bit too big for him in the last minute?
Sorry?
Wangi, Lawrence, is obviously a youngster, but do you reckon the moment might have just got a bit too big for him in the last minute or so? Without the chance to win, I guess.
You always hope that the guys who come off the bench can change the game for you, but he was on for, 5 minutes or so? So I think we should have done enough well before Lawrence came on. We had enough opportunities, some big chances, and we just weren't able to punish them. So, it's got absolutely nothing to do with Wangi. Wangi, we decided to put him in there because we know that he's got a little bit of flair and a little bit of unpredictability that you need in the front third, and he found those moments, but without being clinical. But we're not going to expect a messy performance in 5 minutes from him.
Yeah. And also, I guess, it seemed like the second half you guys just came out with like a really renewed energy and really upped the ante a bit. What was said at half time, I guess, to the fellas?
No, we were very calm at half time because, we had the game. We owned that game really in the first half. I was pleased because in the past we haven't been after a good first half. Sometimes we start slowly in that second half, but tonight was beautiful. It was really energetic. The way we want to play, some great combinations. Unfortunately, we're getting the ball towards the front third without really, really clear cut. So still enough big chances to win the game, but wasn't to be tonight.
I know you mentioned during the week that Sammy was never looking likely for this game, but maybe Matt was a chance. We've seen neither of them feature. How are they tracking for next week?
Sammy's still got a little bit of issue with his calf because he had the rescan and there's a bit more fluid floating around in the calf, which is a bit unusual, so we don't know where and why that's happened. So he tried running the beginning of this week and didn't feel right, so definitely not going to be next week. Lex is being cleared now, so it looks like he'll join the group next week, so he's more than likely, if he gets through next week, be able to take his place in the squad.
Just in the second half, it looked Nate on that right flank particularly, he was getting forward a lot. He was trying to force things. You could see how frustrated he was when he couldn't get a game. But he was creating a lot of clear chances. Did you adjust his role or give him new instructions at half time, or did he just grow into the game?
No, I think he combined well with Jono. We stopped a lot of the balls up in the front third, or their back third, our front third. Which allowed him to be a little bit more aggressive, and when he's running at people 30, 35 yards away from the goal, it's a lot easier than doing that from your back third. So I thought he was very, very good tonight. Nate, he caused problems also when he came inside a little bit as well. So we had really good moments on that side. We had really good moments with Aziz and Tills on the left-hand side, but unfortunately just weren't able to score the goal.
And have you got through tonight unscathed, or any other injury concerns that you'll need to monitor?
Well, I haven't gone in the change room yet, so who knows?
But you didn't have to take anybody off with knocks?
No. Just Zane hasn't played at this level for a little while, so he just copped a cramp. I thought he was very good as well. He was more positive tonight than he had been previously, so that's also good for him. And Ali again was so strong. Our back four was excellent. Beachy was excellent, made a great save right at the end there. He took a risk coming out, but once he was committed, so that was positive. Nice to see Emin also get some minutes. He looked pretty comfortable out there as well, so positive that a lot of these guys are getting some good minutes under their belts and can only get better.
Just on that Beachy save, was it a bit of a heart in your mouth moment with the back pass?
Yeah, I was yelling out, "No, Beachy!" And he came out, and then everyone on the bench said, "Yes, Beachy!" So, yeah, those moments is if you hesitate, you're gone. And he went, "No, I'm committed," and he went and he made a great save.
Cool. Thanks.
Thank you.